I'm never talking about happiness. I'm more talking about peace. Happiness is temporary.
Creativity also comes a psychological and emotional landscape.
We don't want to do everything he wants. We have a style, we have a DNA. The worst thing would be not to dare anymore.
Welcome to a series of conversations exploring the relationship between psychology, biology, and our environment, and how these shape the way that we think, create, and live over time. I'm Sarah Clark, a psychoanalytic psychotherapist, neuroscience researcher, and founder of idmind.health. In this series, I speak with individuals working at the intersection of design, culture, and human experience. My guest today is Humfred Jumel, Managing Director of the Paris-based interior design studio. In this conversation, we explore design philosophy, atmosphere, and the DNA of a space, alongside questions of work culture, leadership, and the relationship between creativity and longevity of the mind.
We have a client here, so not for the design studio, but for the furniture collection. We do a design service. It's faster. We can do an office or an apartment in 8 months. Compared to 1 to 5 years for interior design. For that, we don't remove the wall and things like that. It's more decoration. Okay. And the last project we did, it was in London, in Mayfair. Nice. And it was an office for a guy who is Canadian and working on the second-hand car dealer.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, but more and more, he decided to take cars that are pretty more and more luxury. Okay, and he has his office in London, Canada and London. And he said, okay, I would like you to make my office, but it shouldn't look like an office.
Okay.
So I have to feel comfortable. The people I'm inviting, they need to feel cozy. They feel... And somehow it looks very English as well, like when you had a butler and things like that. It didn't look like a straight. That's more what we did the last 30 years. And this is what we did. So we did. It was pretty expensive compared to if you went to a classical furniture company. But the guy said, he said, I spent the whole day with no words, not talking to anyone, just enjoying the view he had and what he had, And he said it helped so much me to work here with my client because they were like, wow, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's so you. On the other hand, it's so beautiful, but not too much, no arrogant, no. And he said it helps us. He said my wife is not happy because I'm going very early at the office now.
Oh, no.
I'm so happy and can make my coffee with a bar and things.
Really more than his wife.
I said this was a brief. This was a brief.
But it's obviously helping him. It's doing something for his mind, right?
Yeah. But they had a deal now. They said, could you maybe think about what you could do for our house in Toronto? For him and his wife and the kids.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
So, from one thing to another one, I would like to say that 70% of our clients, were already clients.
Yeah.
Or relatives of clients. Yeah. So from word to mouth, people are talking to each other and they feel, when they say, we love what but if we do something for you, it will be different than what you saw. Don't want that they say they reproduce exactly what you did and so on and so on. So this is what I like so much, and people, you have a wow effect, but everything compared to luxury other brands has to be also practical, convenient, easy to use. If there is a table and you cannot put a cup of coffee on it, something is wrong. If you want to take a nap, you cannot take a nap in the sofa, something is wrong. Okay. Interesting. But it has to be also lively. So pretty often we say to our client, maybe you change some pieces or remove some pieces or remove some art, not always the same one. And then the mood of the room is changing as well. And it's true that some of them, they have several houses and they say, maybe you can put that here. And look, the effect is totally different from what you had. And maybe you change only 2 pieces. And everything is like that, you have to think naturally, but everything is into details.
Yes.
People who come here cannot notice it, but our work is a detailed work.
Yeah.
Very, very in detail. Only one single thing that is not fitting, and I have a mentor. For me, this is Domenico De Sole.
Okay, a mentor.
A mentor.
Yeah. Okay.
An example for me, you know.
Yeah.
Without him,
Yeah.
Gucci would not exist.
Oh. Okay.
Gucci was a lost brand, and arrived Tom Ford.
Yeah.
And Tom Ford was a creative person. He changed everything. You like it, you don't like his style, but he changed everything. But alone, he could not do it without somebody who's more square.
Okay.
And it was Domenico Di Sole,
Yeah.
the man from living in the shadow of him, you know. But he followed him on his own brand, Tom Ford. And for me, these kind of people, you never see them, but they make things happen. And they're also able to say to the creative people, you cannot do it, not now, not this way, you know what I mean? But you need to have a complementary people.
Yes.
So me, I'm not a creative person as we think about the creation, but I have to be very creative to make things happen. And these kind of people complementary between somebody who know how to manage the groups, the people, even mentally, and passing a lot of time with the people and with the group, with the client, even with the suppliers. I'm doing to the workshops, you know, in the middle of nowhere, and I try to understand how they will survive. Because some of them they're 70 years old and say, what's going on after that? You know, did you train somebody? Did you? So I'm part of it to make things still survive. You know what I mean? And you have the creative people. It's just creation and people. I'm not that sure they're interested in that, but they're interested in creating something strongly, and you need to have these two parts. But it has to fit, huh? Because most of the time, the one who is less creative would like to be creative.
Okay.
Or frustrated not to be creative.
Right.
Okay, I'm not frustrated not to be creative.
You're not?
No,
No.
no. But I'm happy to make that happen. You know, I'm happy when they're happy with recruitment, with what we do in New York. Or if you're happy, I'm happy. You know, and it works. I understood you perfectly, but as a group, you know, that's what I would like to say about that. Sometimes admin are more creative than creative people.
Yeah.
Because they have to fix everything. Creative people then have a task to perform, and they know what they have to do. Sometimes creative people, especially in a small size company, you have to fix that, and the client could not arrive. There was a strike, and you have to find a taxi, and you have to, and they have to leave tonight because tomorrow it's still on strike, and you have to book different. You have to be creative, you know. Sometimes, so
You do. You do. Yeah, there's a lot of skill to that and problem solving, isn't it?
yep.
You know,
Oh yeah.
finding solutions.
Yeah. Problem solver. I like this this term.
Yeah. So is the creative journey as important to mental kind of psychological health, let's say, and longevity as the kind of end or physical result?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking for their own mind,
Yeah.
or being creative.
Yes.
How does that help their own mind?
Mm-hmm.
But also, what would you say is more important, that process or the end physical result?
It's always a question of balance.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I don't like people who are spending the whole day and evening at work, you know, for instance, you know. So they have to find the right balance, and it's key for me that they can be creative, but they find their own peace.
Yeah.
I'm never talking about happiness. I'm more talking about peace.
Yeah.
Happiness is temporary. You're happy. Next day you can be unhappy. Reaching peace is differently. It's something higher, and every day you go further. It's because you're in peace. See, so if you're in peace, you can face any troubles, any things. You know what I mean? For me, in the group, it's exactly the same thing.
Well, I think with creativity also comes a psychological and emotional landscape, in a way, for the individuals as well as the team, you know, or the organisation.
Of course, and always provocate new conditions. So they're expecting something, but you bring in something else. No. So, for instance, going back to the very nice moment we had before the holidays, a new project finished, new project signed, a new challenge, but also difficulties we went through. Talking about the people who left, because that's something painful for a lot of people. So, oh, he left, and what are we going to do without him or without her? So we can talk. Let's open changing the organization, presenting a slightly different organization. You know what I mean? And say as well, why not? Let's stop working at 4 and let's have a break together and eat something together, and it's maybe a time to share things as well, like opinions, views, and why not as well holidays, but just something fresh to get some new challenge, new wish.
Yeah. Sounds good.
It's always a question of about psychological approach.
Yeah. So I guess that kind of leads on to not just the people who work within this organisation, but also the clients.
It's the client first. We are definitely client-oriented, customer-oriented.
Well, but are they seeking these kind of subtle emotional atmospheres as well?
The client?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we arrive.
But it's projected into the
Of course.
room, or
Of course,
the environment.
they have their own wish, their own. But we reach a certain point that we are choosing the clients we want to work with.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it was not the case 10 years ago, but now a lot of people are coming to us because they would like to work with us, and now we can say I can work with this person because I'm feeling that we have the common value, the interest, views on the project, more than this one that is want to do something to resell it afterwards, or because he wanted to have a bigger yacht, super yacht than the neighbors, and that is not what we want to do. So there was a time we could struggle with a client because at the beginning everything is beautiful, no? But after 3, 4, 5, 6 months, but we realized that we were not really matching, and we don't want to do everything he wants. We have a style, we have a DNA. If you come to Gilles Boissier, it's not to do a show-off project or whatever, So sometimes we discover some discrepancy, I would like to say. So the process to select as well the client is very important for us. We are refusing a huge project, huge ones, big ones, because we don't feel that the conditions are met.
Oh, okay.
Even if they can bring a lot of money to the company. But creative person is a creative person. Patrick is an artistic director, is unhappy. He will be unhappy for the rest of the project. So they have people to protect as well. You know what I mean? And for me, it's better to make sure that we have the same kind of artistic convergence, and mood and way of thinking, and so that's key for us. But we are definitely client-oriented, but we will not compromise too much neither.
No. Okay.
See, sometimes they just want to say, okay, we're not happy, change again, change again. Oh, we're not going to do that for free again and again and again. Huh? So maybe we're not the right artistic partner.
Okay, so how do you see the kind of creativity and the dynamics of the company moving forward, considering AI?
AI will not change that much, in terms of creativity. It will help us to generate immediate image to help us in which direction we can go and propose, so we can go that direction. So that all the preliminary work could be facilitated, and when we will have decided in which direction to go, so we can go more into details. Maybe after that, AI could help us to do the gross work, and at the end, if will be still the interior designer would finish with all the details and everything we want to have, you know what I mean? So
You talk about using AI as part of the initial design.
yep.
Yeah. Do you feel that that evokes the same emotional depth?
Definitely. Definitely, because it will be based on the brief you will do.
Okay.
So you do the brief, it will bring you something that you already want. So it's not asking AI to work on your behalf. It's putting into image something that the brief could be, I don't know, 2 pages.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it will go faster. Maybe with if we say we would like to have some influence of Florence influence in terms of art, architecture, you can bring something will go quicker. At the end, the result will not be the final result. To just helpful.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
And based on that, we can rework on that, but we can go faster. Creative will be exactly the same for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the time spent to put into a drawing could go much faster, much less.
Yeah.
So we could save time. If we save time, we can make maybe some project quicker.
Okay, so do you design with more than sight in mind? So do you design incorporating sound, texture, even scent?
Of course. It's three dimension, 3D. So we need to draw, but at the same time we're presenting the material. So we're showing the mood, we're showing the texture. Immediate, it has to comes to your sense.
Yeah, the senses.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
even touching the samples of the first, very important for that. So design is just an expression. This is the first dimension.
Yes.
But then after, yes, 3D dimension in terms of.
Just from a personal point of view, do you feel that or think that the acoustic feel of a space can be as important or as rich as the visual and help to sustain, vitality of the mind, longevity of the mind?
Of course, if you take this room and you make it empty, you will hear the vibration. You know what I mean? That it's empty. For us, it's always important to make it cozy.
Yeah.
And if it is empty, it's mostly because it's external.
Yeah.
So linked to the nature. But inside an empty room, if you get an empty room, it has to be very high.
Right. Okay.
Like a hotel with lobby, and they can have a very, very 10 meters ceiling. Okay, that's good. So yes, but it could be also an enemy. When you do a beautiful interior designing, if you don't furnish it, you feel that it's like in a museum. Huh? Yeah, the echo. And that's why we always make some carpet rugs.
Yeah.
Because it's absorbing as well too. Also.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
So light is more important than the sound.
Light is more important. Okay.
Therefore, light. You see, from this morning, from now, from the evening, you have to make sure that what you're doing is working perfectly, whatever the time is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not that easy.
Okay. So I have some interesting questions here. Right. So what kind of musical genre or song would represent you as a person?
The horse with no name.
The Horse with No Name. Okay.
From America.
And why?
And why? Because it's timeless and peaceful and something with love, and you don't need that much, to feel. I feel I could listen to this song in a very urban environment, or in the desert, or by the seaside, or in a desert island. That could be easily. Movie, it could be out of Africa. Traveling, moving, space, and because you feel always things are happening, but it's never happening how you would like to, and And yeah, life is, you're going to one point to another point, but what is more important is not the point you reach, but the path taken.
What's a surprising mistake or detour in your career that actually enriched how you lead today?
First of all, I'm making mistakes every day. Every day. So the thing is to learn how to not to repeat the mistakes. But the mistakes helps you to grow.
Yeah.
Whatever the mistakes are, they help you to grow. If you're not falling down when you're 1 year old, you will not learn how to walk. I think it's more your experience in life, not mistakes, but probably people you're meeting, accidents in life, drama that are happening in your life as well. This is shaping more who you become as a leader, as a person, more experience, more than in work, I would like to say. In work, that's experience. Mistakes, especially in my role, you have to accept to make mistakes, but you need to dare. And the worst thing would be not to dare anymore.
Yeah.
But